When we speak of Bangalore, yes, we think of the great weather, but more often than not, we think of the awful traffic and crumbling infrastructure. Flooded streets, eroding green cover, toxic lakes. Brand Bangalore has taken a severe beating because of its infrastructure mess. Now, the Congress promised to bring it back on track, and so an all-party meeting was called today by DK Shivakumar, the Deputy Chief Minister of the state. Only he walked in an hour late. 5 MLAs from the BJP walked out, angered by this lack of respect. However, the meeting did get underway finally. Mr. Shivakumar pulled up the BBMP Commissioner, Tushar Girinath, over the alleged encroachment of the Hosa Kerehalli Lake and asked who was responsible for building a road through this lake. There were no answers forthcoming, so he ordered the sacking of the officials responsible for it. Accountability does need to be fixed. It needs to be fixed when a metro pillar collapses. It needs to be fixed when people in a city die because of potholes. It needs to be fixed when someone shows up with a bulldozer on a lake and tries to build a road. Has the Congress then gotten off to the right start, at least in Bangalore? And was the BJP right in walking out of this meeting, given that Bangalore has given them 16 MLAs as compared to 12 to the Congress?
So today there was a meeting that happened at Vidhan Sabha, all-party meeting, where DK Shivkumar, the Deputy Chief Minister, who came late around almost for 1 hour. So do you think that elections are over? Do you think that the politicians should keep their politics aside and start doing things for people?
Ideally, they are elected to help the public and to help our city. But of course, they're not going to keep their personal vendettas aside until more people drown, more bridges fall on people, and more damage happens to those people around. So yeah, so that's not going to really stop. There are going to be more instances as such.
So what I feel like, before politicians, they should be act professionally. It's not just one party now. The collective, they have formed a government. Even the opposition is as responsible as the party in power. So these small things like this can be dealt with more professionally, and they should focus on the matter in hand rather than quarreling about what the meeting should be happening and who's coming and who's not coming. So I think a little bit of professionalism will certainly go miles for the politicians, I believe.
Dr. Lakshmi Ashwin Gowda is spokesperson of the BJP, joining us on the broadcast. Bhavya Narasimhamurthy is spokesperson of the Congress party, joining us on the broadcast as well. Brijesh Kalappa is leader of the Aam Aadmi Party, also a senior advocate. Thank you all very much for joining us. My first question is to the BJP spokesperson here. Dr. Lakshmi, thank you very much for joining us. Given the fact that in a sense, Bangalore bucked the trend in Karnataka, voted overwhelmingly for the BJP. You have 16 MLAs there as compared to 12 of the Congress party. Can I please ask you, where was the need for 5 MLAs, prominent MLAs of the BJP, to walk out of this meeting? Yes, Mr. DK Shivakumar was late. They could have made their objections known to Mr. DK Shivakumar, but was it right on the part of BJP MLAs to walk out of a meeting about a city that has voted for you?
Shreya, it's about the KPCC President and the present Deputy CM, Mr. DK Shivakumar. He was supposed to be having that program etiquette, that decorum, and punctuality. He was the ruling dispensation is expected to have that. By being in a constitutional position, he has to set the precedent, not to renege on the precedent set by the people, not to break the rules. He's supposed to follow the rules. He's supposed to be punctual. He's supposed to be timely. And we are in the opposition dispensation. We are here to check the authoritarian nature and the arbitrariness of the ruling dispensation. Yeah, and that the attitude shown by the DK Shivakumar was without any condemnation. The act done by the BJP MLAs is in showcasing our displeasure about his behavior by being in a constitutional position.
But
not
Dr.
about
Lakshmi,
away from the
politicians are famous for never showing up anywhere on time. Dr. Lakshmi, I'm not justifying, Mr. DK Shivakumar coming an hour and a half late for the meeting he himself had called. I'm not justifying it. But I'm saying that politicians are famous for being late everywhere. They never show up on time. So it's a bit rich for you to expect any politician, whether it's the Congress or the BJP, to be punctual about anything.
No, by being in a constitutional position, by being in a very responsible position, he is responsible. He is to be on time. But if he is late by 10 or 20 minutes, that is okay. But if to be late by 1 hour is not acceptable. To discuss about the serious matter it has to come on time.
Maybe it was because of the bad
that
traffic.
Is without any condemnation. That is without any
Maybe it's because of the bad traffic that Bangalore is so famous for. You know, maybe it's because of that, Bhavya. And that was one of the reasons I think the meeting was called. Bhavya, the intention of the meeting was absolutely right. Many people will say that the Congress even got off to the right start. You know, sacking people, responsible officials of the corporation, Bangalore Corporation, responsible for building a road in the middle of a lake in the city of Bangalore. But I mean, for a deputy chief minister to call an all-party meeting and walk in an hour late, Bhavya?
I totally understand, but he's the deputy chief minister. Then I'm sure something might have come up because of which he might have been delayed by an hour. But that is not at all a reason for the BJP MLAs to walk out. That just shows their commitment towards the people. It's just like 10 days ago, a young woman lost her life and the monsoon is hitting. And I'm sure instead of, having these personal vendettas, I think the BJP MLAs, like Bangalore people, have given them the highest mandate. And they should have shown some kind of sensitivity and stayed in the meeting to make sure that Bangalore people won't suffer anymore. Bangalore has the highest population compared to other districts and it's like Bangalore is a cosmopolitan city. And it was very important for them to stay. And when people are losing lives, due to potholes and due to rain, this is something not acceptable. And now when a responsible government comes and calls for a meeting, taking initiatives to make sure people don't suffer, and this is the attitude of BJP MLAs, like such irresponsible behavior of walking out. I totally understand. Yes, the leader was late by an hour. But they could have at least stayed back and asked them why he was late. And he would have definitely had a genuine reason for that. It's not like he wanted to delay just to make them wait or anything. Instead of showing this personal vendetta, they should have put the people of Bangalore before all of these petty issues. Petty reason to walk out of this meeting. I'm sure MPs...
Yeah, the point is, the limited point I'll make is that that the people of Bangalore have voted for the BJP. As I said, 16 MLAs to 12 MLAs of the Congress party.
Yes.
They have a responsibility towards the people of Bangalore. Bangalore is a city that contributes 36% of Karnataka's GDP. It has shown trust in the BJP. It's the BJP's duty to demand accountability from the new government and ask for better infrastructure there. But having gotten that out of my way, I'm just going to come to the AAP spokesperson here. Mr. Kalapa, thank you very much. You're also a senior advocate, in Karnataka. I want to ask you if you think the Congress government has gotten off to the right start. At least they are addressing the right issues.
Shreya, actually, as a neutral observer, and the fact that, we have had a miserable stint in both the BBMP and the previous state government, the Congress government has indeed, taken off very well. And the first thing is that, when a person died, when a lady died, both the Chief Minister and the Deputy Chief Minister made it a point to visit the spot, which had not happened previously. So definitely full marks to the Congress party for that. One. Two is that when the Deputy Chief Minister, who is now in charge of the Bangalore city development, calls for a meeting, of course it's not right for him, it's not appropriate, it's not good manners, good culture to come late. It's not at all nice. But niceties apart, I think there's a job to be done, and that job is to get Bangalore up and going. And if the BJP doesn't cooperate, 16 members of the BJP don't cooperate, it's not possible to get Bangalore in order, because people have in Bengaluru overwhelmingly voted for the BJP. But I must tell you that the people, the interest of people in voting itself shows that, look, they have very little trust in their elected representatives. What is the voting percentage in Bangalore? Hardly 45, 43%. So when that is the case, if legislators who are elected to alleviate the people's problems, they don't participate in such meetings, then obviously people are not just going to, as it is, they have lost interest in the political system. And, to enforce this by not participating in a meeting, by sitting on a high horse and saying, look, you guys are late, and I'm sorry I have so many meetings to attend to, I think it's not at all in good taste. I think it's, just not done. There's a job to be done. Just get to it, because ultimately your only assignment is to fulfill your promises as far as Bangalore is concerned. Just get to it. Just forget about all these, other issues, and just get to the job on hand and finish it. That's the prescription that the Bangaloreans would like to give to their elected representatives.
50, if the overall voting percentage in Karnataka was 73%, Mr. Kalappa. Bangalore's voting percentage was what? A dismal 53%, which means people in the city of Bangalore decided this was a paid holiday 53%. And we don't have to step out and vote. Hame kya farak padta hai? Yeah, 53%. But the point is that yes, there is accountability to be fixed, and the government has to be seen to be fixing it. Therefore, this measure of going into a meeting, asking the BBMP commissioner who was responsible for building a road in the middle of a lake, and then saying dismiss the official. All of that is very well, but the larger issue at hand right now is the elections to the municipal corporation. Bhavya, is that something that is going to happen sooner rather than later? Because it's been hanging on for way too long now.
It will happen in another 6 months. Recently, it has been said in an order that within 6 months, the elections will be conducted.
So that will be a good step. If within the next 6 months the elections will be conducted, that will be a way forward in fixing Bangalore's problems. God knows it's not going to be easy. Dr. Lakshmi, can I ask you? Brijesh Kalappa is saying that you need to get the work done. You can't sit and dwell on petty issues. You can't think, oh, this guy is an hour late, why should we wait for him, etc. If Bangalore has voted for the BJP has to ensure that the Congress works. If you walk out of meetings like this, how will you ask for accountability? You are not even part of those meetings.
All these days, they're actually carried away by the spectacular victory given to them by the people of Karnataka. All these days, they've lost their side and just doing the freebies politics. Only now they've opened up the eyes to the present issues of the Karnataka state. Now, even to address these issues, even to address the serious issues like this, if he has to come late by an hour without having any justification, without having any genuine reason, it's not acceptable. It involves multiple stakeholders, not only the opposition dispensation. There are many stakeholders involved in it. It's okay. We have to be we have to be collectively work together to address these issues. That's acceptable. But by being in a constitutional position, it's not good for him to renege on the promises. It's not good for him to renege on the rules, precedents. He has to be on time at least to address the issues. That is our issue as of now. So only they have shown our displeasure and they had to walk away. It's not that we are skirting away from the real issues of Karnataka. We have addressed enough when we were in the ruling dispensation. Now we are checking on the arbitrariness of the ruling dispensation.
When you were in the dispensation, which means when the BJP was in government, there are many things they didn't do. For example, they didn't hold the BBMP elections. Bangalore's infrastructure is a mess, and you have presided over that mess. So let's not say that the BJP did what it needed to do. It hasn't done what it needed to do, which is why it was voted out of Karnataka. Interestingly, as I said, Bangalore has still shown faith. Despite the utter mess that Bangalore's infrastructure is in, Bangalore has still shown faith in the BJP. We'll leave it there for the moment. Thank you very much. This was supposed to be a very short chat, so I'm grateful that you joined us. Dr. Lakshmi Gowda, thank you very much. Bhavya, good to have you on the show. And Brijesh Kalappa, thank you very much for being with us on the show as well. We are shifting our focus to another story that is coming in, and it has come to us from Kerala, where the High Court has quashed a case against activist Rehana Fatima And the court has also batted for a woman's right over her body. Now, Fatima is an activist and was booked for posting a video 2 years ago in which her 2 minor children were seen painting on her semi-naked body. Social media went crazy. The post triggered a massive outrage. A BJP leader made a formal complaint saying that the post comes under the POCSO Act. Soon after, a case was registered against her under the IT Act and the Juvenile Justice Act. Now, the Kerala High Court has quashed the case against Fatima, saying, and I quote, "Nudity and obscenity are not synonymous by default." The court also dismissed the POCSO case against Fatima, saying there is nothing wrong with a mother allowing her kids to use her body as a canvas to sensitize them to the idea that viewing nude bodies without sexualizing them is completely normal. More importantly, the court said that a woman has the fundamental right to make autonomous decisions about her body. And that's not all. The Kerala High Court also invoked gender inequality that is quite rampant in our society. This is what the Kerala High Court said. They observed how a nude male body is conceived as normal and how no one finds a man walking without a shirt obscene. But a woman's nude body is overtly and overly sexualized. Joining me this evening is Rehana Fatima, the activist who was in the eye of the storm, as it were. Rehana Fatima, सबसे पहले तो हमसे बात करने के लिए बहुत-बहुत धन्यवाद. Thank you very much. We of course are not showing, the video that you had put out. We have blurred it out a bit as well. लेकिन आप मुझे बताइए, आज तो केरला हाई कोर्ट ने बोला है, एक तो पूरे केस को ही क्वॉश कर दिया है, खत्म कर दिया है, और उसके साथ कुछ बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट बातें बोली हैं. आपके लिए आज जो कोर्ट ने बोला उसमें से सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट बात क्या है?
यहाँ पे तो महिला और स्त्रीजनों का बॉडी जो है खाली वो सेक्स के लिए नहीं है, वो सेक्स टूल्स नहीं है. उनका जितना पुरुषों का शरीर में शरीर को यहाँ सेलिब्रेट किया जाता है डिफरेंट टाइप पर, लेकिन स्त्री का जो है किसी कम्युनिटी कहते हैं कि आंख देखे तो प्रॉब्लम है, किसी कम्युनिटी कहते हैं हाथ देखे तो प्रॉब्लम है, किसी कम्युनिटी बताएंगे तो पांव देखे तो प्रॉब्लम है. तो यहाँ पे इस जजमेंट से द्वारा न्यूडिटी वो भी वुमेन्स के शरीर को दिखाने जाने पर वो ऐसे न्यूडिटी नहीं माना जाता. ये बताने पर मैं बहुत खुश हूँ, क्योंकि मैंने वो वीडियो जब भी पोस्ट किया तो मैंने भी कहा कि मैं अपने बच्चों को अभी तक तो जनरेशन का उनको समझाना बिल्कुल अभी नहीं हो सकता. तो नेक्स्ट जनरेशन, मेरे बच्चे, उनके जनरेशन आ रहे हैं ना, वो लोगों तो सही तरह के सेक्स एजुकेशन मिलना चाहिए. वो औरत और लड़कियों को इज्जत से, सम्मान के साथ और हमारे साथ रहने वाले इक्वल देखना चाहिए. उन लोगों को है ना, खाली उन लोगों को जो भी चाहिए ऐसे खेलने की चीज नहीं है, वो लड़कियां और महिलाएं ऐसे सिखाने पड़ते हैं, क्योंकि हम रोज दिन भर दिन दिखाए गए हैं कि कितने लड़कियां, कितने महिलाएं प्रॉब्लम में जा रहे हैं, इतने परेशान हो रहे हैं कि हमारे सोसाइटी में महिलाओं को जीने की हक तक है या नहीं, ऐसे सोचना पड़ता है. तो मैं इसे ट्राई कर रही हूँ कि मेरे जो
मैं आपसे ये पूछना चाहती हूँ.
हाँ
रेहाना, मैं आपसे ये पूछना चाह रही हूँ कि मैं समझ रही हूँ कि आपने जब वो पोस्ट डाला तो उसमें बताया कि आपने वो पोस्ट क्यों डाला. आप कह रहे हैं कि आप अपने बच्चों को, उस समय एक 14 साल का था और एक 8 साल का, आप उनको बताना चाहते हैं that this is a woman's body and this is a mother's body as well and do not sexualize it. You don't need to always sexualize it. ठीक है, आप ये कहना चाह रही थी. अब बहुत लोग कह रहे हैं कि चलिए आप अपने बच्चों को एक इम्पोर्टेंट लेसन दे रही थी. क्या कोई और तरीका नहीं था ये लेसन देने का? इतना कंट्रोवर्शियल तरीका क्यों?
ये तरीका मैंने नहीं चूसा, क्योंकि वो एक टाइम पे बॉडी आर्ट इससे पहले भी मैं कर चुकी हूँ. वो ओणम के टाइम पे पुलिकली वगैरह, टाइगर डांस वगैरह किया थे मैंने। उसके बाद मैंने मॉडलिंग के द्वारा एक बॉडी आर्ट किए थे। तो मेरे बेटे ने भी वो अच्छी तरह ड्राइंग करता है, पेंटिंग करता है, तो उसने कहा कि मुझे भी बॉडी आर्ट करना है, क्या आप मुझे अलाउ करेंगे? ऐसे पूछा था। तो मैंने कहा हाँ, तुम भी कर सकती हो, व्हाई नॉट? यहाँ पे आदमी लोग करते हैं या नहीं, वो कम है, लेकिन बाहर के लोग, यहाँ इंडिया से बाहर को बहुत सारे लोग बॉडी आर्ट एक आर्ट ही मान के बहुत तरह के तो मैसेज देने के लिए सब ये सब यूज करते हैं। तो आप भी ये यूज कर सकते हैं। इसमें है ना, बच्चों को, मैं सोच रही हूँ कि बच्चों को अपनी माँ की शरीर देखने से और उनके ब्रेस्ट देखने से कोई सेक्सुअल ऑब्जेक्ट ऐसे नहीं लगेगा, क्योंकि वो पैदा हुआ था, पहले उसको पता चला, उसने जाना अपनी माँ की दूध और ब्रेस्ट का वो हीट। तो वो कैसे आएगा कि मेरी माँ की बॉडी देखने पर अचानक 5 साल के बाद और 10 साल के बाद वो बड़े होने पर माँ की शरीर देखो तो ऐसे सेक्स ऑब्जेक्ट नहीं लगना चाहिए ना। तो हम बाहर जाके सभी लड़कियों को, औरतों को रेस्पेक्ट करना है तो उनको घर से ही सिखाना पड़ता है। यही सोच है मेरा।
हम्म हम्म ठीक है। अब मैं आपसे लास्ट क्वेश्चन जानना चाहती हूँ कि वर यू शॉक जब पॉक्सो का एक्ट लग गया आप पे? ये बहुत गंभीर एक्ट है।
क्योंकि मैंने या बच्चों ने उस पर इतना नहीं सोचा कि हमने, बच्चों ने सोचा वो हमारे लिए हम वो माँ की बॉडी है जो कैनवास है, और मेरे लिए वो लोग मेरे बॉडी देखे तो वो पहली बार नहीं देख रहे हैं। चाइल्डहुड से ही हम एक साथ कभी कभी नहाते हैं, नहीं तो सोते हैं घर में ही है ना। तब मेरे बॉडी उनके लिए कुछ पहली बार नहीं है ऐसे दिखना। तो लेकिन जो वीडियो एक आदमी ने देखा और लोगों ने देखा, वो लोग सोच रहे हैं कि ये न्यूडिटी है और सेक्सुअली एक्सप्लिसिट है। तो उनकी सोच में प्रॉब्लम है, हमारे दिखाने पर या हमारे सोच में नहीं। हमने तो ऐसे सोचा ही नहीं, मेरे बच्चों ने या मैंने ऐसे कभी नहीं सोचा। लेकिन ऐसे केस आने पर वो बच्चों को बहुत सी शौक हो गया था, बहुत बड़े तरह से शौक हो गया था, क्योंकि उसके एक पेंटिंग से अपनी माँ पर इतनी बड़े केस आ रहे हैं, और वो 15 दिन के लिए जेल, 15 डेज के लिए जेल चले गए। ये सब मेरे बच्चे के लिए शौक है।
Do you, of course, the High Court has quashed the case against you. In fact, this is what the High Court has said, Rehana. मैं पढ़ना चाहती हूँ. The autonomy of the male body is seldom questioned, while the body, agency, and autonomy of women are under constant threat in a patriarchal structure. The women are bullied, discriminated against, isolated, and prosecuted for making choices about their bodies and their lives. तो आज जो केरला हाई कोर्ट है वो कंप्लीटली आपको बैक कर रहा है, कंप्लीटली आपको सपोर्ट कर रहा है. इनफैक्ट कोर्ट ने फर्दर ये बोला है, द mere sight of the naked upper body of the woman should not be deemed to be sexual by default. So also, the depiction of the naked body of a woman cannot per se be termed to be obscene, indecent, or sexually explicit. The same can be determined to be so only in context. लेकिन रेहाना, आज पूरी बैटिंग कोर्ट ने आपके लिए की है, आपका केस क्वॉश, आपके अगेंस्ट जो केस था वो क्वॉश कर दिया है. But do you regret putting that picture on social media?
नहीं नहीं, मुझे अभी भी पहले भी नहीं है, अभी भी नहीं है, क्योंकि इस एक वीडियो में मेरे बच्चे का जो आर्ट है वही दिखाया गया है, और उसके साथ मैं उनको जो भी मैसेज देना चाहती हूँ वो भी मैंने बताया गया है। इससे मैं शर्मिंदी नहीं हूँ, शर्मिंदा नहीं हूँ। अभी कोर्ट का जो ऑर्डर आया है, इससे मैं बहुत खुश हूँ, क्योंकि जो मैं और मेरे बच्चे सोचते हैं और उनके लिए मैंने जो भी किया वो सही है। वो लोगों को भी जानना चाहिए। अब सारे लोग जान चुके हैं और ऐसे ऑर्डर भी आ चुके हैं। तो जो भी मैंने किया वो सही, यही सोच रही हूँ मैं अभी।
Chaliye, Rehana Fatima, many congratulations. Thank you very much for joining us on this broadcast. Thank you very much indeed. On that note, I'm slipping into a quick break here on Urban Debate. There's more news coming up on the other side. Do stay with us.